Girl, after what happened in Brussels, I don't know how many more signs people need to understand what we're seeing. First, we have that backstage moment where Jimin and Jungkook seemed way too comfortable with each other. Then came the moment when they were separated, but Jungkook couldn't stop looking for Jimin. Later, there was that famous encounter on stage that ended with a smile and a gesture that sparked thousands of comments. Then we saw Jimin talking to Jin while Jungkook watched from afar in a rather curious way. And if all that wasn't enough, we also have the moment when Jungkook tried to act normal while watching Jimin dance, but something went wrong. Today we're going to analyze every detail because this was incredibly interesting. The second day in Brussels was incredible because we got to see how well Jikook gets along when they're backstage. They were seen walking very close together, not separating at all, and what stood out the most was seeing Jimin put his hand on Jungkook's waist with complete confidence. It was a direct and clear moment where it was obvious they enjoy being close, taking every opportunity to show that they're a couple who always seek to be together. Walking like that in front of everyone isn't just any old thing. It's a sign that they feel very comfortable being themselves. The best part came later, when their eyes met and they both gave each other a smile that truly melts your heart. You don't have to be an expert to notice how their expressions change as soon as they see each other, because that way of smiling shows that they have a unique and very special connection. Those glances and playful smiles they exchange are proof that there's a magic between them that's only visible when they're together. These 2 days of concerts in Brussels were truly incredible for all of us who love seeing them together. We witnessed once again the beautiful magic of Jikook, seeing how every touch and every glance was filled with affection and mutual care. Jikook is a couple whose affection is evident in every detail, and these moments they shared in front of us all are the greatest proof that their relationship is real and enduring. It was very clear that no matter what happens, they will always find a way to stay together and share that beautiful energy they have. Now let's talk about that moment everyone's been talking about, when they had to sit apart during the concert. Even though they weren't next to each other, Jungkook managed to convey everything he felt without saying a single word. His body language was the star of the show, because he simply can't go long without looking at Jimin. It's incredible to see how Jungkook searches for the person who makes his eyes light up, showing that even though they're separated by a seat, his mind and attention are completely focused on Jimin. It's very obvious how Jungkook follows Jimin's every move while they're sitting apart. Just by looking at Jimin again and again, Jungkook shows us all that what he really wanted at that moment was to be sitting next to him. They don't need to say anything to understand what's happening. Jungkook's gaze is direct and clear, revealing that he always wants to be close to Jimin. Once again, our Jungkook showed everyone that Jimin is his priority. It's exciting to see how, just by looking at him, he makes it clear what he feels and how much he wants to share that space with him. Many people have noticed this same attitude, confirming that Jungkook simply can't hide his feelings when Jimin is around. Seeing these moments confirms that the affection between them is real and that, even when they try to seat them separately, their eye contact always keeps them together as a couple. The stage became the perfect place to witness how Jikook transforms every step into a moment brimming with love. As Jimin walked across one part of the stage, Jungkook came from the opposite direction, and as soon as they met, what we all expected happened. Jungkook made his signature Gojo gesture and gave Jimin a huge smile. It was a direct moment, full of playful flirting that made it clear once again that they cherish every second they spend near each other, turning a simple encounter into something special. It's truly beautiful to see Jimin walk straight towards Jungkook as he waits. The way Jungkook walks past him with that signature gesture is a clear demonstration of the chemistry they share as a couple. There's no doubt that every time they're on stage together, the spark between them is undeniable and incredibly noticeable. It's this kind of interaction that makes everyone watching feel the excitement of seeing them interact in such a close and playful way in front of everyone. It's clear they can't hide their love and the flirting they share during performances. Every gesture, every glance, and the way they seek each other out are clear signs that they're a couple who are always communicating. Seeing Jungkook make that special gesture for Jimin while looking at him with that smile confirms that their relationship goes far beyond being co-workers. We can't overlook the moment when Jimin and Jin were having a really cool conversation while Jungkook watched them from afar. Jungkook's face said it all. He looked like he was thinking, am I not going to be part of this conversation? It was clear he wanted to be part of what they were talking about and didn't want to miss a single detail of what was happening between Jimin and Jin. It's easy to understand how he feels when you see his expression because he always wants to be where Jimin is. My little Jungkook was dying to get closer and join the conversation, and that reaction is something many of us noticed instantly. It's very clear that he doesn't feel comfortable being away from Jimin when he sees him talking to others, and that need to always be close is what makes him act so sweetly. Even though Jimin was busy, Jungkook never stopped paying attention to him, showing that his priority is always Jimin, no matter who else is by his side at that moment. These interactions they have are simply the best part of the concerts because they show us how natural their affection is. When we see Jungkook watching him so intently, it makes us laugh a lot and touches our hearts at the same time. It's easy to understand that, for them, being close is the most important thing and that any moment is a good one to try to get closer. Without a doubt, seeing him staring, waiting for his chance to join Jimin, is the perfect confirmation of how much they like each other and how they're always looking for one another. It's impossible to miss the moment Jungkook loses his composure upon seeing Jimin dancing from afar. Although Jungkook tried to remain calm and carry on as if nothing were amiss, his gaze completely betrayed him, and he couldn't take his eyes off him for a single second. It's both funny and touching to see how, no matter how hard he tries to hide his feelings, his eyes always automatically drift to Jimin. It was a totally spontaneous moment that revealed just how much Jungkook is affected by seeing Jimin like that while they're both on stage in front of everyone. What caught the attention of many people was that Jungkook even stopped dancing for a moment just so he wouldn't miss a single detail of what Jimin was doing. He stood there, completely attentive and focused, watching Jimin move, and it was extremely obvious to everyone watching the concert at that moment. Those seconds where he forgets the dancing to focus all his attention on Jimin demonstrate that the affection he feels is so great that, for a moment, nothing else matters to him but what his partner is doing. It's a genuine reaction that confirms how much he values every movement and every small gesture Jimin makes on stage. After that moment, it seems Jungkook suddenly realized he was being filmed from various angles, and that's when we saw him scratch the back of his neck with a very particular expression. It was as if he were thinking internally, well, this time I couldn't hide it. That simple gesture was the final confirmation that he knows perfectly well what he feels and that sometimes it's practically impossible to keep it to himself in front of the audience. We truly love these moments that Jikook gives us throughout their time on stage because they are the clearest, simplest, and most direct proof that, between them, love and attention are present in every second they share. These kinds of situations allow us to see a side of Jungkook that he rarely shows so clearly in front of the cameras. By remaining still, gazing at Jimin with such intense intensity, he's telling us without words that his world stops when Jimin is near. It's clear that for him, Jimin's presence is the only thing that truly matters in those moments, transforming a simple musical performance into a very special display of affection that needs no further explanation. That's why we love seeing these interactions so much. They're the perfect reminder that Jikook is a couple who constantly seek each other out, cherish each other, and admire each other, regardless of whether thousands of people are watching or if they're in full view of everyone on stage. What's clear is that this moment wasn't just part of the show, but a window into what's really happening between them. Every time Jungkook reacts like this, he shows us that their connection is genuine and doesn't need grand stages to be noticed. For us, as fans who follow Jikook's every move, seeing these details is what makes each concert an unforgettable. My heart truly can't bear these special moments that happen during concerts. It all happened when someone in the audience, who caught Jimin's attention, was wearing a headband with Jimmy and Cookie on it and holding a Jikook sign. The moment Jimin saw the sign and the headband, his reaction was immediate. He placed his hand on his chest and gave us an incredibly sweet smile. It was a gesture that left us all speechless because the way he reacted to that Jikook gesture was so sincere and direct. This moment was completely spontaneous, but it was impossible not to be moved by Jimin's response to the message right in front of him. Seeing him smile like that, with that tenderness as he placed his hand on his heart, confirms that he knows perfectly well what Jikook means to us and that he values every little thing we show him. It's one of those moments that stays with you forever and makes any day so much happier, seeing how he recognizes our support for them as a couple. I love it when these kinds of interactions happen because they show that they're always aware of what's happening around them in the audience. Seeing Jimin react like that to a sign that unites Cookie and Chimmy isn't just a common gesture, it's a clear sign that he identifies with what we see in them. My Jikook heart simply can't contain its excitement at witnessing this because it confirms that these moments aren't accidental, but rather part of the unique connection they have with their fans. Every detail counts when we talk about them, and this time, Jimin made it clear that the affection we have for him as a couple is something he receives with great joy. The way he connected with the message on the sign makes us feel part of their story, showing that they also notice the love that surrounds them at every stop on the tour. These personal and direct moments are what make the concert experience something we'll remember for a long time, confirming once again that the magic of Jikook is present in every corner of the stage. What we're left with is the certainty that these small gestures hold immense value for all of us. Seeing Jimin smile in that unique way in front of a Jikook poster is the ultimate proof that our support is meaningful and that they enjoy sharing these moments with us. It makes us feel like we're part of something big and very real, reinforcing that special bond we have as fans who never miss a single move. It's undoubtedly a reminder of why we're still here, supporting Jikook every step of the way. It's becoming increasingly clear why Jimin has captured so much attention on this tour. During the concert, his attentiveness to others was evident when he noticed one of the dancers had cut her bangs and didn't hesitate to mention it directly. While it might seem like a minor or insignificant detail to some, this gesture demonstrates how observant and attentive he is to everyone on his team. It's precisely these small, everyday actions that make all the difference and show us Jimin's kindest, most human, and approachable side to everyone present. While many people wouldn't even notice such a small physical change in someone else, Jimin saw it immediately and made sure to mention it in a very sweet and spontaneous way. He didn't ignore it or remain distant as others might. On the contrary, he stopped to acknowledge the detail, confirming just how thoughtful he is towards his bandmates. It's because of these kinds of natural behaviors that Jimin stands out so much, as he demonstrates that even on a huge stage in front of thousands of people, he never stops paying attention to what's happening around him and to the people who work alongside him in every performance. I deeply admire Jimin precisely for these kinds of reasons that are so obvious. Besides being an extraordinary artist who gives his all in every choreography and song, he has a huge heart and genuine affection for everyone who accompanies him in his work. It's very clear that his success isn't just due to his impressive talent in dancing or singing, but also to that special and respectful way he treats others, always with a smile and a kind word for whoever needs it, no matter how hectic the moment is. This moment teaches us a very clear lesson. Jimin is a person who truly cares about the details and the well-being of those around him. It's not just about a simple makeover for someone on his staff, but about how he makes others feel by noticing things that others tend to overlook. We love witnessing these moments because they humanize the star and allow us to connect with him on a much more personal and profound level. Undoubtedly, it's these small details that reinforce our admiration for him, confirming once again why we consider him so exceptional in everything he does. Ultimately, seeing someone so renowned maintain that sense of wonder and attention to detail fills us with joy. It makes us proud to see how, despite fame and the pressure of a world tour, he remains the same attentive and caring person he has always been. This gesture with his dancer isn't just another anecdote from the concert, it's living proof of his kind heart and that, when it comes to treating people, he always has room for warmth and approachability. It is, in short, yet another reason to admire not only the artist but also the wonderful human being behind every movement we see on stage.